Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback. I am your host, Youth One's Ryan Oliver, and today I am very excited because I am joined by a rising star from the 2027 class, Christopher Miller. Chris, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Chris, you were named to our Next Up watch list. That's where I want to start with this interview. Tell me what it felt like to be named as one of the rising stars from your class. You've been identified by a couple different places as one of the rising stars from your class. How does it feel to kind of get that national recognition?
It feels great, but I know I got to keep working.
Yeah, no, and I know you're the type that's putting in that work. So being one of the top athletes in your class, what is it that we can expect to see on the football field? If we come to a game where Christopher Miller is the quarterback, what can we expect to see?
You can expect great accuracy, great ball placement, a lot of leadership on the field that you will see from the stands. So, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, you mentioned leadership. I was going to ask if you felt that you were a leader, so I'm assuming that you do because you mentioned that. What is your leadership style? Are you like a lead by example type, or are you more of a vocal leader, or a little bit of both?
Both. I'm really so I'm not going to yell at them. If they're not in the right spot, I'm not going to yell at them, but I'm not quiet about it. So I'm going to be like, hey, you got to get right here. So don't make that mistake again, right? So it's kind of like that.
Yeah, totally. I totally get that. Chris, when we do our evaluations for the Next Up watch list, seventh grade talents, they kind of can be up and down a little bit, but we were really impressed with your talent at the quarterback position, just your comfort in the pocket, ability to deliver the ball on target, ability to throw the deep ball. Tell me how long you've been playing the quarterback position and what your favorite aspect of that position is.
I've only been playing it since I was in sixth grade, or I was in fifth grade. I've been playing it since fifth grade. My favorite thing, you asked me my favorite thing about quarterback.
Yeah,
What
yes, sir.
Okay. Being a leader on the field, leader in the huddle. I'm a coach on the field. That's what my teammates would describe me as. And if they're not in the right spot, as I said earlier, I just get them in the right spot, and then I get to
Yeah.
call the play.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, like you said, like a coach on the field for sure. Um, Chris, in your own words, what would you say your strengths are?
My deep ball and my accuracy.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I always like to ask athletes because, in my head, I have like, okay, I've seen the film, like these are what I think his strengths are. But, sometimes athletes will throw you a curveball and say something you don't expect. So I always like to ask that. I know that you're the type of athlete that's diligently putting in work behind the scenes. I like to ask athletes about that work that they're putting in. Tell me a little bit about like, do you do training behind the scenes? Like what does that look like for you as you prepare to ball out on the field every week?
Do training, quarterback training with Ron Veal every Tuesday and Thursday. Go to receivers. That's what I pretty much do every week. I do weightlifting. Yeah,
Yeah, who was the trainer you shouted out just now?
Ron Veal.
Yeah, Ron. Well, shout out to him because he's doing a great job with you in the results you guys, the work you guys are putting in is yielding results on the field. So that's totally awesome. Chris, I know that you're the type of athlete that is dedicated to reaching certain goals. What are some of those goals that you have for yourself in the short term and maybe the long term as well?
Well, goals for this season. I hope I can get about somewhere close to 30 touchdowns. That's a long goal for me.
Nah, I like that. I like that though.
3,000 passing yards, but for minimum 1,500 and about 15 touchdowns. That would be minimum.
Okay, and what about some of your long-term goals? Like, where do you want to take football? You hoping to play in college? That type of thing.
NFL.
Oh, NFL. Okay. Do
Exactly.
you have a college program or maybe even an NFL team that you would like dream about playing for or something like that?
Yeah, the Buccaneers. I like the Bucks because Tom
Okay.
Brady.
Yeah. Well, we'll look out for, I don't know, 10 years down the road or however many years down the road for Christopher Miller to be on the Bucks. That'd be cool, man. Like we mentioned the work that you're putting in. You said you work out 2 times a week. What are some are you trained 2 times a week, throwing the ball and stuff? What are some areas of your game, or is there a specific area of your game that maybe you've identified that you say, okay, if I can improve this area, I can take my game to another level? Is there an area that you've identified?
Speed.
Like your
Pretty
running
much.
speed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Usually quarterbacks will say, I got to get better on my, accuracy, but accuracy is already one of your strengths. So maybe a speed's an area of improvement that'll help you take your game to the next level. Well, Chris, I ask all athletes this very important question when they interview with me for the first time. before a big game, what is in your headphones to get you motivated, to get you hyped to go out there and throw a bunch of touchdowns?
I'm not that type of like nervous guy. Like I don't get nervous a lot. I don't really ever get nervous, so
That's good.
I just listen to music in the car while I'm going to the game. I think I kind of like daydream about the touchdowns that I'm going to throw.
Yeah, so it's like the music is kind of like background noise to the daydream about the plays you're gonna make on the field, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know back when I was playing football, like the coaches would do this thing. I don't know if they still do it. We would like stretch, and while we were stretching, they would say like daydream, like sit here and think about the plays you're gonna make tomorrow at the big game or whatever. So that's kind of like that a little bit. You're just sitting there zoning out and thinking about the plays that you make. But whatever you're doing, Chris, you're a rising star. Your talent speaks for itself, and I'm really excited about your future. Is there anything that you like to do outside of football that like, do you have any hobbies that you like to do, in your downtime?
Play a little basketball and
Okay. Go
Madden.
ahead. Madden?
Yeah, Madden.
Okay. Okay. Well, I get excited when people say basketball. I'm a big basketball fan. What position do you play if you play basketball?
Small forward.
Small forward. Okay. I thought you were going to say like, usually quarterbacks would be like, yeah, I play point guard or something. But you're probably like, are you probably bigger like in terms of height compared to your like peers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Well, Chris, is there anything else people should know about you that they wouldn't know otherwise that you want to share with us?
I love the quarterback position a lot.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here. Short and sweet, loves the quarterback position a lot. This is 2027 quarterback Christopher Miller. Chris, thank you so much for joining me on Monday Morning Quarterback. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.